But one new development is we have internet now. Welcome back to Boisterous Cock Farmstead. I apologize, the wind is going a little bit, so I don't know how much that's affecting the microphone. But I'm just going to be breaking down this wall that I talked about from a previous video. Let's get to it. Alright, so what we've been left with here is two pieces that are 97.5 inches long and 5 pieces that are around 69 inches long. There's definitely some damage on these. Like you can see on the end of that one's split. There's splitting going on through here. This is kind of chewed up with bugs and everything. Some dry rot. There's a nice split there, split on that end there. It looks like the pieces in between, although there's a big split on that one. So we definitely got some splitting going on, and I don't know if, get out of the wind, I don't know if this if this lumber is going to be good for the workstation that I was talking about building, but it's at least good enough to use for, you know, construction around the farm. Like I said, I'm always building shelters or need a new coop here and there. At some point in time, I'm going to make a mobile coop, a larger mobile coop that get out of here. So that might be something that I can use that lumber for. But either way, I'll use it, I'll assess it, and I'll use it however I see best fits. And I've got a couple areas that I've put some lumber. Now this is all stuff that came out of the house itself as we've been working on it. So that's all old, but it also has a bunch of nails and chicken wire and, you know, mesh from having the stucco on there. These boards here, same thing, they were sheathing for the old roof that was failing. So that's at least the first step in assessing whether it's usable wood. I really can't use that for ripping down. There are a couple situations where I'm thinking I'm gonna need to do some ripping, and this over here is one of them. This was an experiment that I did when we first moved here, and it never really got traction that I'd hoped for. In the summertime, it gets way too hot to try to economically use this as a greenhouse, and in the wintertime it gets too cold at night. So I've needed to find a heat source to be able to use this in the wintertime. So I've just kind of abandoned it for now. But the problem is, I had used, or had stripped down or ripped down some strips of 1/4-inch plywood, and over the years, the plywood has just started to delam and fell away from the staples. You can just see there's all the staples up there. I tried to put some plastic roofing caps on there, or plastic cap roofing nails on there, and those will eventually just deteriorate from the sun, and the plastic breaks down and pulls away, and then so you end up getting plastic free floating in the wind there. So that's a project that will need to be reassessed, but I do actually like having this open versus it just being, because it was all damaged plywood or damaged drywall in here anyway. So I tore it up thinking it would make it a greenhouse, and I had a couple other ideas that would combine with the greenhouse if I got the greenhouse idea working, and the greenhouse idea just never really took off. So not giving up on it, but putting a pin in it till later. So morning. Last night, this is the end of October here, last week of October. And last night we had, for the next couple days, we had a hard freeze morning, and so this is somewhat rare for us here. We've got snow. What do you think? Think of this snow and this cold. Don't seem to mind it at all. But one new development is we have internet now. So the internet coverage here is such that we don't have landline internet access out here because of how far out we are. Inside the trailer, at least, we don't have service for landline or hardline, or however you want to call it, fiber optic cable anywhere in this area. Our farm is situated, even though we're a smaller, I say smaller, we're 40 acres, we're a smaller farm compared to all of the crop farming that's done around us, hay fields and corn and cotton, things like that. And so because there's not a lot of residential around here, there is not cable, fiber optic cable has not been laid out here. You okay? You drink too fast? Yeah, I see that. And so then the only other option for us would be wireless. And we've been on just our internet is just on our phones for the last almost 3 years since we moved here. And they finally got another tower to where they ran, careful, they ran the fiber optic cable to the tower, which is in line of sight out the south side of the house there. And so we've been waiting on that. I found out about it about 4 months ago. It was supposed to be done 2 months ago, and then they finally gave me a call and said, hey, we've got that tower set up. And so just got the internet set up yesterday, and tested it out a little bit last night, but that should help with being able to do uploading of videos and things like that, because I can let them upload overnight and I don't have to actively be anywhere like I was when I was going into town to upload videos. So hopefully for you guys, that will mean additional content or more regular content, because I can squeeze in some editing and some uploading in places I wasn't able to do before. So stay tuned for that.